Hello, I hope everyone is having a great day. If you're new, my name is Dominique. This is Homesteading for Three. I am in my garage right now because I'm actually going to show you what we just purchased. We just purchased a half of a cow. So if you've never purchased one before, I'm going to let you know what it all involves as far as what you need to know when you order a cow, and then also what all you get, because this is a lot of stuff. So let's get right into it. So first of all, when you order through a rancher, so you want to find a local rancher in your area, there is a website that you can find a local rancher. I will put it in the description box. But basically what happens is they charge per hanging weight. So once all of the non-meat things are cut off, I believe, the weight that it is after all that is what you pay for. So there's a charge that the butcher charges as a processing fee, and then also the cost of the actual meat. Mine was grass-fed meat, and it was about $3 a pound. After the processing fees and taxes and all that, it ends up being about $3.90 per pound in my area for grass-fed beef. So this is what it comes in the ground beef. I'll show you how much I have here, but basically you get to choose, what size you want in each pack of ground beef. I just did 1 pound packs because that's easier for me and works with most recipes a little bit better. You also get to choose, what thickness of steaks you want. So we got all of our steaks 1 inch thick. We also asked to keep the bones, because if you keep the bones, you can actually use that to make broth, which I will be doing. So I wanted to buy bone broth for a very long time, but it's a lot of really good ways to save money and to also not waste anything, because if you don't request the bones, it will just get thrown away. So when you consider $3.90 a pound, that's still pretty good for a pound of ground beef, especially considering it's grass-fed. But then also that's how much you're paying for all of the other cuts too. So all the different steaks, there's roasts, all of that. So overall, it's a really good deal. It definitely is a big upfront cost. Our total was a little over $1,400 for a half a cow, but this is gonna last us at least a year, and that's an entire year that we don't have to buy any beef. So that's really awesome. So I will quit stalling. Let me show you what I have. Okay, so this is all of the ground beef. We have this laundry basket. That's my foot for scale. This laundry basket, and 1, 2, 3 reusable Aldi bags full of ground beef, and they are completely full. So that's gonna last us a very long time. Then in here, this is the soup bone. So this is all the bones that came from the meats. I'm gonna be able to make a ton of broth with that. And then the rest of these are roasts and steaks. So I'll lay these out and show you. Okay, so we have 2 chuck roasts that are 3 pounds each. They're pretty big. I mean, we would have had more roasts than this, but my husband doesn't really like roasts, and I just don't make them that often. So we actually asked for the rest of the roasts to be ground into ground beef, so that was part of what contributed to all the ground beef. For the steaks, we had them cut 1 inch thick, and there's 2 steaks per package. You can choose different thicknesses, and you can choose to have like 4 in a pack or 3 in a pack or whatever, but for us, we wanted 2 in each pack. So in total, we got 6 porterhouse steaks. We got 15 beef ribeye steaks. And then we got 10 T-bone steaks. So that's all of the steaks. So it's gonna last us quite a bit. And then, like I said before, this is all bones. So like we have these that are beef soup bones, and then all the rest of the bones, I just had them saved for me so that I could use them for broth. So there we have it. Now we just need to find freezer space for all of it. The next dilemma is that we only have one 10 cubic foot freezer, and it's pretty full already. So we are working on getting a second freezer. We didn't want to pay $400 to buy a brand new freezer. So we are looking at Facebook Marketplace, and we found one that we reached out to someone about. So hopefully that one is still available. But yeah, we're gonna figure out how to fit all of this. Luckily it is below freezing here in Wisconsin already. So I'm gonna fit as much as I can in the freezer now. But if I can't fit all of it, it's gonna sit out for a couple days until we can get a new freezer, a second freezer, I should say. Okay, so let's see what we're working with here. I do have some ground beef in here already that I had bought from the Flash Food app, which I've talked about in the past. I'll put my little discount code in the description box, but that is a great resource to get some good deals on meat if you're not wanting to buy in a large quantity like this. Another thing you can do, which we've done in the past, is you can just buy a quarter of a cow, or what we did is we split it between a few people, so a few different families. And the first time we had just an eighth of a cow between us, and then we split it between other families. We split the whole half into other, you know what I mean, between other families. So then it was about 3 or 4 months worth of meat, depending on how much beef you eat. It lasted us 3 months, but we were eating like all ground beef recipes or all beef recipes. Okay, so in here we have a turkey. This is a turkey that my husband got for free from his work. So I will be roasting this. We aren't hosting Thanksgiving, but I'll be roasting this so that I can can it actually, so I can make it shelf stable. So I don't know when I'm doing that, but it'll be sometime soon. So this ground beef, I'm gonna be canning the stuff that I have in the freezer already so that it can be shelf stable as well. These are some cilantro ice cubes that I made. I had a bunch of cilantro, so I put it in ice cube trays with some water, and then you can actually freeze it that way. So when you're cooking, you can just throw in an ice cube of cilantro and you got it. So I love that idea. This bag is all frozen apples. So I do want to make those into a pie filling for canning as well. A lot of how I'm going to make room for all this is by canning a lot of it, so that'll help a lot. Then we have frozen cabbage. This didn't freeze that well. Like when I thawed another bag of it to try to make coleslaw, it got kind of weird. So I wouldn't recommend freezing coleslaw, but we will either figure out something to do with it, or we'll give it to my parents' chickens because I don't want it to go to waste. I don't want to just throw it away. But then we have 2 bags of frozen. Nope, I lied. 3 bags of frozen pears. That I also plan on either making a dessert with or canning, like pear pie filling, I guess. My husband works at a food place, manufacturer that makes appetizers. So we got a lot of French fries for really cheap. So I have French fries, a ton of those. We may end up giving some of these away because we have a ton of it. And then these smiley, the smiley potato things that we also got from his work. And that's all that's in there. So I think what I'm gonna do is clear this stuff out, and then I'm going to do a little bit of rearranging in my freezer in the house and try to get as much as I can. We will need a second freezer to fit it all, I think, but all right. I still have a whole laundry basket and that box of soup bones. Don't mind the clutter. Let's see if we can make any space in my freezer in my house. And like, I'm gonna be canning the ground beef that was out in the freezer so I can move that into the fridge. Okay, note to self, don't buy half a cow until you have the room for it. It'll be fine, we'll make it work. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have this for supper tonight so that we have a little bit more room. What do we got here? Okay, so we have zucchini bread. I'm gonna take one of those out to thaw because we can eat that. I have some avocado, rhubarb, some more cilantro, some bell peppers, random stuff. These frozen berries I can make smaller. You guys, I'm really good at Tetris. This will be fine. It will be okay. All right, to recap. So this is in the freezer. It is a bag of breadsticks that is actually one of my friends, so I have to give that back to her. This is as full as we could possibly get it. This turkey I am going to bring inside and let thaw for a couple days, and then I will roast it so I can can it. Cabbage, I don't know yet if I am going to figure something out for it or give it to the chickens. But this ground beef and the bones are just gonna stay out here. It is 32 degrees in Wisconsin right now. It's gonna be in the 20s the next couple of days. So that is the one upside of being in the Midwest, is that it's really cold, and if you put something outside, it'll freeze. And if it's already frozen, it's gonna stay frozen. So that's really nice. We are working on getting a freezer, so it's not gonna be super packed like this for that long, maybe just a couple days. But thanks for coming along and seeing my half a cow purchase. It was a new experience for me. It was pretty cool, and I definitely think it's worth it. The money you save, just pro tip, make sure you have enough room for it. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and I will see you next time. Have a good day.